Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for joining us today. Today is an exciting day because this video is actually going to go ahead and go into our self-care diaries. It's going to be a part of that little self-care diaries. I'm pretty sure I called it self-care series, self-care diaries. I can't even remember what I've called it. It's been that long. I know quite a few of you have been asking when am I going to start uploading my self-care videos and things like that. It's coming. I am just kind of working on content. I'm coming up with ideas, but yeah, we're going to kickstart it with today's video, and today is going to be how to level up in your 20s and set you up for your 30s. I mean, I'm still a baby. I am still a baby. I'm only 20 years old. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about how to level up in your 20s. Like I said, this is kind of to set you up for your future. And I'm not exactly sitting here telling you guys, okay, this is how to live your 20s. Obviously, you do you, boo. Live your 20s to however you want to live it. But this is personally what I do so that I can set myself up for the future. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy. Give it a big thumbs up if you do. Make sure you subscribe. It really means the world to me. And comment down below, what are you doing to level up in your 20s? It could be anything. It could be, are you using any certain type of skincare like retinol or anti-aging? Are you going on hikes to get that good body in shape? I don't know, what are you doing? Let me know down below. And yeah, let's get straight onto the video. Okay, tip number one, or no, is a very simple tip, but it's a good one. And I'm not going to talk about it too much because I feel like everybody knows the benefits of drinking water. I feel like obviously no matter what age you should drink your water, no matter how old you are. Water is essential for surviving. But I really do feel like what we put in our bodies now is going to set us up for the future, and that's going to be another thing, another little tip coming in the next couple of minutes. But yeah, I feel like if we fuel our body with lots of water, then it will set us up kind of in the future. Water is what kind of gives us the brain power. It helps with our skin, and I'm not going to go into all the benefits because like I said, you guys know what water does. But yeah, make sure you get into the habit of drinking lots of water every single day. I feel like you can tell when people haven't been drinking enough water, you know? You can tell when people are dehydrated. So yeah, drink your water. It will set you up for the future. Not only will it help you on the outside, it will also help you on the inside. The next tip that I swear by is to form good habits. Good habits could be anything that what you perceive as good habits. So to me, kind of what good habits do I preach? Okay, so I always, or I'd say always, I try to 9 times out of 10 come off my phone by 9 PM at night and read and just do my journaling after 9 o'clock and just come off any kind of screens. That's a good habit. I like to meditate. What else? Practice gratitude. Or it could even be like putting your washing away as soon as you take it out the tumble dryer or the air dryer. Like, it can be anything, but I feel like once you get into the habit of forming good habits and it sticks with you forever, it takes, I think, something like 30 days, I want to say. I think it takes 30 days for you to form a habit. And so that it's like naturally within you. I'm pretty sure it's 30 days, correct me if I'm wrong. So imagine if you start doing these habits every single day, you know, for the rest of your 20s, think how sorted in life you're going to be in the future. I mean, you're going to be 40 and just, you know, do your washing, be like, oh, put it back. You know, so I feel like forming good habits is the way to go. Okay, my next tip is to hustle throughout your 20s. To me, I feel like your 20s is the start of your life, but it's also the beginning of, like, you know, the preparation of your future. I am such a mixed person. Like, I want to go out there, travel, but I also want to hustle, and I think I am more of like a hustler. Yeah, find your passion, find what you want to do, and work your little butt off in your 20s, because like I said, everything like this is going to set you up for the future. Obviously, it's okay if you know you get to whatever age in the future and you don't know what you want to do, but I feel like in your 20s it's your time to thrive. You've got so much energy and so much just energy within you that you can, you know, put it into something and hustle. For me, like, I'm personally, obviously I do my wax business, I do YouTube and stuff, and I do lots of different side side hustles, because I understand the importance of not having just one stream of income. Like, I think nowadays it's very unrealistic to live off one stream of income, and it's not even like, you know, because I want all this money, but it's for the stability, and not having to rely on that one source of income. So I am using my 20s as a little PS, take a shot every time I say 20s, because I feel like I'm just going to keep saying 20s. Yeah, I feel like I'm using this time to kind of find out what my passion is, what hobbies do I like, can I make money off these hobbies that will help me set up in the future, and yeah, hustle your little ass off. The next tip I would say is open a savings account. I feel like a savings account, I mean, you should be doing this anyway. I personally feel like my mum and my dad really got it in my brain that I should have a savings account. My dad took us to my bank that I'm with when I was like 10 years old and got us to open a savings account. I think having a savings account, it's very important these days. Like I said, kind of to my previous tip, you can't rely on, you know, just your income. What happens if something happens to that? And you lose your job all of a sudden and you don't have any money, then, you know, it's good to have kind of like a savings account. And also, pardon me, also in terms of like mortgages and buying things, like the cost of living is so flipping expensive now. Like, even to get a mortgage, it's so expensive. Like, it's really hard. So I think the more you save now and the more better you become at saving, then the more likely you are to kind of achieve whatever you want to get, whether that's a mortgage. I mean, obviously, how are you going to get a mortgage if you don't have like money, you know, prepared, your deposit saved up? So you really get into the habit of saving, not only for a rainy day, but also for big things like that. You could do what I do. I do 10% of my income that I get from my full-time job. I do 10% of my income and I just put that straight away in a savings account. That's actually not that much, but I mean, it's a little bit that works your way up. Okay, another thing that I really recommend is getting into the habit of reading / educating yourself. Little old me did not do very well at school. I always say this, I didn't have the best time at school, we won't go into it, but I came out with just my English GCSEs and that's about it. So I completely conked that up. Wasn't all my fault. Like, I wasn't just like a student that was like, I don't care about school. Like, I just went through a lot of stuff during that time that unfortunately my grades really suffered. But now I am kind of understanding that education is important, and education doesn't have to necessarily be like sit in a classroom and learn algebra. Like, that doesn't have to be like that. To me, I like to educate myself on things that I actually enjoy and would apply to day-to-day basis. Like, I love reading self-development books, and yeah, I love reading books that I am actually interested in. I think the problem is at school we are forced to learn things that we're not necessarily interested in, you know. So I think once you're kind of out of school and whatnot and you're kind of in your 20s, then now's a good time to look up what you're interested in and see if you can educate yourself about it. I mean, I'm very much big on like entrepreneurship, having your own businesses. I love cooking. I like to read up about kind of recipes, even learning books about recipes, you know. That's a skill for life that you can always have, and I think the more you kind of educate yourself earlier on, then the more you can apply those skills that you've learned in the future. The next one is probably my favourite one, because you guys know I'm all about this, and that is setting goals. I am not necessarily saying, okay, you need to know how to live your life, like from, okay, this is how I'm going to be at 25. This is what I'm going to be at 30. I am not about that. You guys know that I am not about kind of like having a set date of when I'm going to live my life. Like, I don't have an age in mind for when I want to get married or when I have kids. Because to me, I like to live life on the edge, you know. No, I like to just take every day as it comes. I like to live in the present. However, I do feel like it's very important to make sure you set yourself goals, because it's something that you can work towards. I feel like if you don't have any goals to set, then you're kind of just gonna, you know, just, what's the word? what's the word where you like just floating about in life, you know. Goals give you motivation. Goals can do so much for you, so many positive benefits. It can motivate you, it can make you want to work towards something, it can be rewarding, and you don't necessarily have to, you know, set a goal for like 5-10 years. It could be this time next year. I mean, for me, I'm gonna say it, I've said this to everybody close around me, but I don't think I've said this on YouTube. A really big goal that I'm trying to work towards is on the 1st of January. I don't know if I should be saying this on public, but anyway, the 1st of January, I want to give in on 2022. I would like to give in my notice at work, and be my own boss, make my own money and work for myself, and that is a goal I'm seriously trying to work so hard towards. And if I didn't have that goal, then I probably wouldn't be looking forward to something. I wouldn't be, you know, getting up every single day and hustling. Again, it goes back to hustling. I wouldn't be hustling my backside off. So I do feel like, you know, have goals, and like I said, it doesn't have to be in 5-10 years. It could be just simply next year, and that way you can work towards something. And like I said, it's very rewarding when you set a goal for something and then you achieve it. It's just the best feeling ever. Another tip is to learn to say no, but also to say yes. So I've put a little spin on it. So obviously we need to all learn to say no. I think it is probably one of the hardest, and I'm gonna actually base this off as like a female. I do feel like as females we do find it especially hard to say no, because we fear on whatever the situation you're in, we fear that it might backfire. I take very good pride in standing up for myself. It's taken me a long time to stand up for myself and learn to stand up for myself and learn to say no, but I have got there. And I take good pride in, if I think something's wrong and I don't feel like the situation is correct, or, you know, if I don't agree with the situation, and whether that I mean I have to say no to that, then I have no trouble but to say no. Like, in trouble in saying no, that probably made no sense whatsoever, but either way, what I'm trying to say to you is learn to say no. Learning to say no is okay. Like, if you don't want to go out and meet your friend, and you shouldn't feel bad in saying no. Like, even if they were your true friend, then they'd understand, like, okay, you're not feeling up to it. Or alternatively, if you're in a situation where you're incredibly uncomfortable and you don't know how to say no, it is your right to say no. Like, it is your human right to be able to go, no, I don't feel comfortable with this. So yeah, I am no therapist, so I can't sit here and tell you guys like how to work that out, but yeah, it's definitely an important word we need to learn to say, because I think, again, like I said, as females we get put into, and males, but as females we get put into a lot of situations where we are almost too scared to say no, and that's not right. I think that is a word that we all collectively need to understand how to say no, and it be okay, and then not be any repercussions because we've used the word no. Alternatively, I also think we should learn to say yes. I know that's a little bit of a contradicting statement there, but I also think there's no harm in saying yes to things that we are maybe too shy. This stems down to a lot of anxiety. There are a lot of things that I wish I said yes to when I was younger. But I had social anxiety when I was younger, so it was a little bit more harder for me. But now I'm kind of learning to say yes if people do invite me out. If I generally have no reason other than like I can't be asked, I'm gonna make myself say yes. Especially, I think, obviously after all like the corona situation, I think it's really taught me to actually be a little bit more sociable, because sometimes I'm such an introvert and I like my own space and I like to feel comfortable in my own home. I'm not really I don't go out that much, but I am learning to say yes, because, you know, when in the future I have kids, I'm not going to be able to say yes to like going out, you know, on a girls' holiday or something like that, because I'm going to have to bring my little baby with me, and, you know, I'm sure I'll love that baby, but I want to enjoy my, you know, free time. So whilst I'm young, I'm going to make sure I say yes to more things that I probably will never be able to say yes to again in the future. So we're all about saying no, but we're also all about saying yes. The last way to level up in your 20s, or things you should do in your 20s, very similar to what I just mentioned, but travel. Like I said, I was really deep in it the other day. Like, I was thinking, when I have children and I go on holiday and I'm by the pool like relaxing and my kid is playing near that water, I am not going to be relaxing. I am going to be solely focused on where that kid is. So whilst I don't have children and whilst I don't have that responsibility, you sure as hell better believe I'm gonna go enjoy traveling. I'm gonna enjoy seeing the world. I have so many places I want to go on my bucket list. Like I said, part of me really wants to just give up everything and go traveling, and part of me wants to hustle. I'm more leaning towards like the hustling side, but I'm sure at some point in my 20s, you know, I'm gonna pack up everything and I'm gonna go and explore the world. I feel like traveling can do so much. It has so many great benefits for you, especially if you're quite a closed-minded person. I think it can really open up your eyes and see like what else goes on in the world out there. And yeah, I just feel like it's a really good experience to get out there and see what goes on out in the little world. Anyway guys, I hope you all have enjoyed. Please let me know if you have learned something, if you do any of these, if you think that any of these tips are helpful, please let me know down below. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and also let me know what else you want me to film. When I came up with this like self-care diaries, I was like writing all these ideas down, and now I kind of used up these ideas and I'm thinking, God, what else can I do? So yeah, help a girl out. If there's anything in particular you want to kind of see when I do my self-care diaries, I cover all kind of topics, not just like pamper. Like, I love talking about manifestation, good habits, things like that, miracle morning routines, you name it. But yeah, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. I hope you guys take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye guys.